Yet again, more information has surfaced that has tempted the populace into speculation. Before I give my take on the subject known as Zelda Wii U, take all rumors with logic and reason at the helm. Do not give in to emotion regarding matters of purely speculation. That being said, let's discuss the elephant in the room. As a lot of you may have already known, a supposed E3 leak has surfaced from an E3 insider. This particular document has revealed information primarily what games are to be showcased at the event. This memo seems to have appeared or reported on it May 12th. This document in particular just shocked the Zelda community in blitzkrieg fashion. What this document entails is a Zelda Wii U title to be revealed under the title of The Legend of Zelda Shard of Nightmare. Before I discuss the validity of the document, I want to point out some obvious and puzzling aspects of the said document. Note that nearly all mainstream news sources have labeled the document as a rumor. In addition, attempts to contact Nintendo have been greeted with silence. Also, the document tells that Mario Kart 8 will be showcased while the title has been reported to be released before the event. Also, another thing to take into account is the way the document titles Super Smash Bros. As Super Smash Bros. U and Super Smash Bros. 3D, even though they haven't been marketed by those exact terms. Now, let's discuss the validity of the document. I have done some digging to attempt to figure out how this document surfaced. In my search, I discovered something rather interesting. A lot of the sources that display the document have different alibis to where the document originated. For example, Zelda Informer claims that one of the senior community moderators on their forums has a friend who sent him to a first-party press conference listing manifesto. Game Otaku claims that the information actually came in person from a source in Nintendo Europe at Germany. In addition, there has been word that the memo actually came from Reddit. However, I've yet to see sufficient evidence that supports that claim. Regardless of where the information came from, we can assume that the memo has spread like wildfire, and all other smaller sources have reported similar details on where the memo came from as I've just listed. Now, let's take a closer look at said alibis. Zelda Informer said that a senior community moderator that works for their forums has given the information. The memo in that regard came from a first-party listing manifesto. Note the term first party. That in itself does seem a bit strange that a supposed friend somehow gain access at these events. Perhaps why the source is called a friend is a way to appear anonymous. Regardless, I tried to look up information at first-party listing manifestos, and the only information I could find is information about this particular topic, which is a bad sign for its validity. However, in the title it explicitly says rumor. From that inference, we can judge the fact that even Zelda Informer themselves didn't place too much faith in the memo. Game Otaku's alibi seems to be the more interesting. The information from them actually came 2 days before Zelda Informer's on May 10th. Which to me seems strange since Zelda Informer seems to be the catalyst of the source. So this begs the question, how did this website get this kind of information before all other mainstream sites? However, one thing to note is some of Game Otaku's information seems to be inconsistent with other sources. For example, the article never stated Zelda Wii U's supposed title, Shard of Nightmare. Instead, it simply calls the game Zelda Wii U. Also, some of the yet-to-be-announced games listed within the memo are not apparent within this article. In addition, thanks to my ambitious contributor, Guy Person has revealed to me a source of supposed photos of Zelda Shard of Nightmare. The article comes from the Dutch Game Pit, which reveals some telling photos of Shard of Nightmare. Once translated, this was the article's explanation and how they got the photos. It was already known that the next Zelda game, The Legend of Zelda Shard of Nightmare, would be called, but now we know more. As The Legend of Zelda plays Nightmare Shard or place after Majora's Mask in Shadow Timeline, and we have managed to secure the following pictures. So in short, GamePit has claimed that the photos came from them. Also, as some of you watching might have already noticed, is that this explanation is extraordinarily vague, with absolutely no explanation on how they obtained the photos other than the fact that they secured it. Also, take note of the fact that they claim that Shard of Nightmare is to take place after Majora's Mask in the Shadow Timeline. In actuality, it should be called the Child Era as noted by Hyrule Historia. However, let's give the source some slack considering it is a Dutch source. There is a Shadow Era that takes place in Four Swords Adventures that deals in the same era of Majora's Mask. Regardless of those facts, the photos in my opinion cannot be trusted. However, keep them in mind for future reference just in case. However, I want to point out something here. Both Game Otaku and GamePit have gotten information faster than any other source. Both of these sites obtained information in Northern Europe, encompassing countries such as Belgium and Germany. This fact could just be me being overly analytical, but it is certainly strange how sources from these countries were able to reveal information sooner than anyone else in conjunction with some sort of proof, regardless if they are valid or not. One possible conclusion is that these sources are agitators who wish to incite anticipation within the Zelda community. However, this is not likely due to the less than stellar explanations on their articles. So again, take these sources with a heavy grain of salt and implant these snippets of knowledge in your head for future reference just in case. Moving on, I want to calm down the Zelda community. As I said in the beginning of this video, take all rumors with logic and reason at the helm, and do not give into emotion regarding matters of speculation. It seems to me that fans want these rumors to be real to appease their appetites for Zelda information. While I understand the deep lust for interactive literature known as the Zelda series, we must judge with logic at the helm. For example, let's go back to Zelda Informer dealing with this article by Nathaniel Roomful-Jenk, the same man who reported on the initial E3 rumors. In this article, Nathaniel refutes the leaked material as untrustworthy, which I commend him immensely for doing so. These pictures don't seem like legitimate photos on what Zelda Wii U may be. For example, details of the grass and the HUD in addition with the angled photos just reek of misinformation to me. In addition, this isn't the first time the Zelda community was enticed by rumors. There have been a plethora of rumors and leaks that led the masses astray. For example, one big giveaway that this memo is false is the Xenogears title coming for the Wii U. As you may know, Xenogears is primarily a Sony PlayStation series that is headed by Square Enix. In my view, this is unlikely but strangely specific. Nevertheless, do not invest too much energy with this memo. Also, there is another factor to consider. Zelda Wii U was almost revealed at last year's E3, so why didn't we see a similar leak then? Why haven't we gotten any solid information about it? However, regardless of what your stance of the leaks are, the Zelda community is an amazing one. The very fact that I'm discussing this with you in a personal level is proof of that fact. So, for a moment, pretend I'm speaking right in front of you. With logic and reason at the helm, what do you think about these rumors? At the end of the day, this is all speculation and educated guess at best. Now, with that out of the way, let's discuss some really possible elements that Zelda Wii U may encompass. It's obvious that the Wii U gamepad will be heavily implemented. Also, I have brought up the fact that a child timeline placement is also very likely. For example, take a look at the timeline. The child timeline in particular hasn't been touched in 7 years, yet all other storylines had recent new iterations. If anything can be considered solid information, I say that Zelda Wii U began development during or after Skyward Sword's development back in 2010-2011. Around this time, Nintendo began amassing a larger development team to dish out multiple Zelda titles. For example, developing Link Between Worlds and the HD remake of Wind Waker would require extra hands. The development of other titles would get the new workers some experience in developing a proper Zelda title. Needless to say, e.g. Aonuma was experimenting with Zelda mechanics in developing those particular titles. Hyrule is confirmed to be the main setting, and a development team considered using some type of DLC. Speculate what you will, but it seems to me that Nintendo is investing a lot of resources into this project. If Nintendo is investing so much into Zelda Wii U, then I'm sure they would be on top of leaks and secure any whistleblowers. In short, Nintendo has too much invested with Zelda Wii U to let any information go out unwarranted. Final thoughts? Do not invest too much energy with these supposed leaks. E3 2014 is coming on June 11th through the 13th. We will know for sure then. Now, that's all information I have to say at the moment. If you enjoyed my take on these leaks, please like the video since it really does support me. Also, if you have any thoughts, comment below and I will read it. This week, I had a lot of people contributing to this episode. Before I say their names, I will say that this series is a collaborative effort on both my part and my subscribers. So thanks for your never-ending support. Special thanks goes to Mike Cantoni, Alon Vio, Sandy Ran, Mirko Zaja, Kayla B, Shadow Vincent 3, Review Anything, The Arsenal Man 125, XX Nin, Twin Doe XX, GameMech 10, Conrad Bayerness, Christian Neff, Zack Attack 427, Anthony Robinson, Bryson Morris, and Lucky VC17. If you want to contribute for next week's episode, comment below with the source and I'll feature your name on next week's episode. If you like this video, follow McIntyre Productions on Twitter. Episode 24, the finale of Season 2 of this series, will be coming on May 26th next Monday. Also, stick around on Tuesday nights. Every Monday, this channel will be uploading Zelda updates, while Tuesday nights will be delivering Let's Plays or commentaries. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're new. Till then, this is the video of the day.
Okay guys, did you finish setting up camp? I set up the tent over there so I can sleep. I got the fire started! Fire! Burn! Burn! Okay, and I got the clothes all washed and hung up to dry, and I even embroidered our initials onto the chest. It's just fabulous!
Gosh, I wonder what Ganon's up to.
You never wondered that because you don't think! Well, excuse me, princess.
You're not welcome here!